As a newbie to Final Fantasy 14 and MMORPGs, I thought it would be a good idea to go over some of the mistakes that I made as a beginner. Some of them easily made, and some of them were just me not thinking logically. So without further ado, here's 15 mistakes I made and maybe you made on Final Fantasy 14. Number 1. I spent quite a bit of time at the beginning of the game with this green help icon just sitting there in the middle of the screen. I first thought there was a bug with the game because it just appeared and wouldn't disappear. However, after hovering over it a few times, I finally figured out it was there to be clicked and give helpful tips for the game. Mistake number 2. The first time I came across the multiple choice reward completing a quest, I didn't realise it was multiple choice. I was saying to myself, how do I finish this quest? It won't let me select anything. I first thought I was going to get all these rewards for completing that quest. However, on my third try of trying to complete the quest, I finally saw the words options, which then I realised I had to pick the option for my reward. Mistake number 3. I kept forgetting to sprint. I'm sure I would have saved a lot of time at the beginning of the game if I just kept using this to get from place to place, but for some reason I just kept forgetting there's an option to sprint. Mistake number 4. I didn't realise fall damage was a thing in this game. When I did learn this, I didn't fall far, but learned not to risk it. Weird thing is, I'm afraid of heights in real life, but I'm happy to risk my character. Mistake number 5. Not realising in some duties I needed to protect someone from KOing, or I failed the duty. I'm guessing I'm just used to single player games where it's only game over if I fall. Mistake number 6. At the beginning of the game, I didn't turn on the auto-locking feature, so my battles were annoying as I had to then find the next enemy in the battle, continue the fight. Extra mistake in this one as well is that I didn't realise the targets were listed on the left hand side to allow me to click from one to another. Mistake number 7. I kept forgetting for some reason to use my Fester ability. To be honest, I might have been a little bit lazy and I didn't take the time to actually learn my abilities and learn what they did, which led me to activate Fester but then not actually use it in combat, which is a bit dumb as it is a powerful attack for the Arcanist. Number 8. I feel this one's easily done as you only have it in duties, but forgetting to use the limit break. I'm not sure if I'm missing something here, but the only way I tell if I've got a limit break to use is by looking in the top left corner of the screen. It might sound quite simple to most people, but I'm not always looking up there, and therefore I'm getting halfway through a battle and not using it, or in this case, forgetting to use it completely. Am I being a bit stupid, or is there a way of easily telling when you have a limit break to use? Number 9. Forgetting to take my map down. For some reason, I leave the map up all the time, which doesn't sound that bad generally, but it was a bit silly in this battle against Ifrit. It actually blocked my view of the Infernal Nail, which I didn't realise until it was too late you had to destroy them, otherwise it's instant KO. Luckily I feel I now have learned from that mistake. Number 10. This one has to be my biggest and most annoying mistake I've done. Not only did I pick a fight in a Fate with a more powerful opponent, but around them was common monsters which are there all the time, and they obviously kept attacking me, which was a pain, but this wasn't my biggest mistake. My biggest mistake was getting the more powerful monster down to nearly 0 HP, which, keep in mind, took a long time, and what I did is I kept moving around the battlefield, not keeping an eye on the border of the Fate itself, and just when I was about to win, I stepped outside the Fate, restarting the entire fight from the beginning. I cannot say how infuriating this was, but hopefully I've learned from this and it won't happen again. Number 11. Like the no sprinting, I later forgot that I had actually unlocked the Chocobo, but I wasn't using it. The amount of time wasted travelling from place to place just because I forgot to use the Chocobo or forgot to use the sprint is quite annoying, and hopefully I've now got used to actually using both of these features. Number 12. I felt up to the point of fighting Titan I understood the area of attack warnings, but this battle highlighted I still didn't understand them. For example, when the border of area attack was highlighted, I saw all my NPC allies run towards it. Not thinking about it, I stepped backwards, stupidly thinking they were running to the highlighted area for safety. Not sure why I thought this, as up to this point it's never meant that. Long story short, I took a step too far, Titan did their attack, and I failed to fail the duty. I have now hopefully learned my lesson. Mistake number 13. Not sure if I would class this as a mistake or just ignorance to the game. I somehow lost my job quest. Basically, I took a few weeks off from Final Fantasy XIV to play Final Fantasy VII Remake again, and when I came back, I didn't know where to find my job quest. I have to be honest, I spent the better part of 20 minutes walking around where I thought it might be to no luck at all, even getting confused with the housing quest for some reason. It wasn't until I hovered over the main quest at the top of the screen that I saw the quest below it, which then allowed me to find it on the map. Just shows if you play the game enough, you will eventually learn where things are. Mistake number 14. This is just a simple mistake, but not moving quick enough. I mean, why I went backwards here rather than forwards, I have no idea, as I know that going backwards is slower, but it resulted in a KO, so I learned from that mistake now. Mistake number 15. Not checking the surrounding area after a battle. For example, in the mana duty you have to pick up items to get past the seal to the second floor. In the basement battle the parchment is dropped, but I clearly didn't look around for it, as I just left it there. Because I didn't notice it before teleporting, I went around the entire manor again, thinking I'd forgotten something earlier on, just to end up back in the dungeon where it was there very clearly. So there you have it, 15 mistakes I made as a beginner on Final Fantasy XIV. What did you think? Are these mistakes okay to make, or was I just being stupid on some of these? Did you make the same mistakes, or even make some others? Let me know in the comments.